Good morning, Scott School, on this terrific Tuesday, May 16th. What an amazing day it is. Today, the temperatures are forecasted to rise, and it's supposed to feel very much like spring/summer. So it's super awesome that those cold weather days seem to be a little bit behind us, even though it's a little cooler still in the morning. The forecast looks really groovy coming up this week. So pretty excited about that. Boys and girls, have you been fab with vocab? Our new word of the week is one of my favorites. It is plethora. Try saying that because it is really fun to say plethora. Plethora is a noun and it means more than enough. And our handy dandy illustration here. Oh my goodness, it's Mrs. Smoot in the library. And she says our library has a plethora of books for you to choose from. And I do believe Mrs. Smoot would say that. Boys and girls, be fab with vocab. Use plethora in your conversations, include it in your writing, and of course, look for it in your reading because it is one of those fun words that pops up from time to time. Boys and girls, today I want to talk to you about expected behavior because here at Scott School, we are respectful, we are responsible, we are safe, and we are always bucket fillers. However, the springtime brings all sorts of emotions of excitement, all the way down to those zones of regulation of non preferred areas where we're kind of feeling kind of gloomy or maybe a little down in the dumps because all sorts of feels about that transition to summer break and then to our new school for our third graders who are moving on to fourth grade and our second graders who are returning as third graders. So if you are having any type of emotion, just remember that safe body that you need to maintain and that bucket filling behavior. And think about our 3 school rules because it is super important that our school is a safe place for everyone. And if you're struggling, reach out to a trusted adult. We're here to help you in every way possible. We've got you covered, no worries at all, because sometimes transitions, although exciting, can bring on an array of other emotions or a plethora of emotions. Look at me, I'm fab with vocab. Boys and girls, the other thing I want to talk to you about is social media and any type of electronics outside of school that allows you to communicate with other people. So you're all kind of getting to that age of being able to discover different apps and understanding how the computer will allow you to email or use other messaging devices to contact one another, which is super fun, like super cool, super fun. Make sure that you follow what your parent or guardian expects of social media for you or any other communication apps. However, what I do want to talk to you about today, it's really important you learn this lesson now because it will apply every single year all the way through adulthood. Even when you're communicating outside of school or an event happens outside of school, if it is one of those non-preferred events that things are getting a little bit sticky or icky and you're having a conflict with someone or you decided to be a bucket dipper or somebody dipped your bucket, once that comes back into the school as being a distraction or a problem here, oh man, the trusted adults here, we have to keep a safe school and a friendly school for everyone to learn. So we have to get involved. And so that's not really what we want to do. We want you to be responsible with social media and other communication apps outside of school. But sometimes it does happen. So I want to share with you this really strong words of wisdom that someone once told me. If you use any of those communication apps or devices, make sure that anything that you put out there, you would be proud for your mom or your dad or your grandma or grandpa or any other trusted adult that you love and care about to read, and they would think it was okay. If it is questionable, and they might go, ooh, probably not the best thing you want to put out there, then I'm encouraging you to stop yourself and really think deeply about, gosh, what could happen if I do this? And then make a better choice because we know you can do that. You're equipped with the skills and the tools to do so. But that is super important because, boys and girls, once you put something out there in text or in any other written form that is on the internet or through a communication wavelength of any sort, It is called a digital footprint. A digital footprint is a fancy way to say that what you put out there is captured forever. Even when you delete it, there are things in the background of those apps that save that information. So it's really important that you make sure you're your personal best. That's all I have to say about that, but I just wanted to put it out there because I know third graders are becoming fourth graders soon, and that seems to be something that happens more and more as you get older. And even our second graders, some of our second graders are starting to explore some of those freedoms. Just remember, if you're not proud of what you're putting out there, then stop and rethink, is this respectful, responsible, safe, and am I bucket filling? And if you're not, then stop yourself and rethink what you want to put out there. And now on to Mrs. Rosalind.
Good morning, guys. I just want to let you know you'll see me around all day today. And so if you need anything, especially about what Miss Reha talked about today, please find me. You can see me at recess or lunch or in the hallways. I always tell my family, if you wouldn't say it in front of me or in person, don't type it and don't send it because we're not here to be mean to each other. All right, I think that's all.
And now on to Mrs. Schwartz.
Why, thank you, Ranger Reha. Friends, speaking of bucket filling, we've got some Panther Pride winners here this morning from Mrs. Greenhouse class. Get ready. She's got a few. Nora and Treva and Deacon and Lexi and Graham from Miss Sovie's class. Emily, Avonlea, and Isabella. And from Mrs. Poostfarouch's class. Callie and Elena from Miss Anderson's class, Emma and Deacon. From Mrs. Zaratny's class, we've got Gwen and Hannah. Woo! What an amazing list. Let's stand for the pledge, my friends.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a truly terrific Tuesday, Scott School.